there you go. That could be a track on its own, just there, just that. Record, bounce out what you're doing there, you know, with the MIDI freeze plugin, and you're on your way to start a track. That could play at a festival, just that. What's up guys, welcome to another video tutorial slash review. Today we're looking at a plugin that is called Cthulhu. Now I recently only found this plugin, but I have used it in the past but didn't quite understand it enough to do a video on it and to use it like in my everyday productions. But I've been digging into it the last few days and I've really found it useful for myself, so I thought I would pass that on to you guys. So Cthulhu, reading from the website, it's breaks down into two modules basically. You've got the chords module and then the art module. So the chords module, and like I say, I'm just reading this from the website, which you can find in there. I'll put a link in the description to buy this. It is $39, whatever that is in UK pounds and whatever. But you can get it for free in other ways, which I don't condone. So chords module. One note becomes many. Cthulhu is firstly a chord memorizer and player, allowing you to experiment with creating and reworking chord progressions with a single note press. So this is the main beef of what it can do, and I'll show you how easy that your chord progressions can be written and how easy it can get you out of your beat block, or if you writer's block, if you're stuck in a rut and you can't get out of a slump of not being able to write chord progressions or whatnot. This is for you, honestly. Included are over 150 chord presets, which you can create your own and add to, by the way. Allowing for a near unlimited amount of possible musical sounding chord progressions. Import MIDI or record chords straight in. Cthulhu is able to analyze the chords you play and allow for various sorting options, allowing for easy access over your chords. So that's the one module, that's the chord module. The art module is just your standard arpeggiator, but you can again, it has presets built in, but you can also import other presets in to get different arp patterns and stuff like for the notes that you're playing. So I'll read that as well. Transform your chords in new ways. The other half of Cthulhu is unique pattern-based arpeggiator, allowing incoming notes or chords to be manipulated in various rhythmic ways. The 8 tabs of the step sequencer allow you to completely reshape the incoming MIDI notes. Even a single note fed into the arp can become a unique and rhythmic riff. Blah 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 blah. You get what an arpeggiator is, I would hope. Anyway, there is a demo on the site if you want to give it a go. It's for Windows and Mac, so you can use it on Logic or use it on FL Studio, Ableton, all that kind of stuff. But it is only limited to 15 minutes with that demo. Right, so let's dive in anyway. So what we've got here, I've got Serum set up. By the way, I've got a new MIDI keyboard. Woo, 49 keys, brilliant. So I've got Serum set up here. At the moment we haven't got Cthulhu loaded in. So what Cthulhu is a MIDI effect. It is transforming the MIDI notes that you feed into it into other MIDI notes. Basically like the transposer, the MIDI transposer, if you've ever used that. It's similar to that but a lot more advanced. So I'm going to go down here to Cthulhu, and this is the main screen for Cthulhu. I think it's called Cthulhu. Cthulhu? Is that how you pronounce that? Cthulhu? I don't know. You'll have to let me know in the comments if I'm mispronouncing that. So as I say, we've got the chords here and arp here. You can transpose your MIDI, the MIDI keys that are either pre-programmed in or what you are playing. So you can play down or up octaves, or you can just use your MIDI keyboard to go up and down octaves. Because what this is going to do is going to stick to one octave. Well, not stick to one octave, but the output will only stay to what you've programmed in here, and you can edit that here if you want to go up or down. So right off the bat, without even messing with anything, if I press, I'm just going to press one note on the keyboard here. So if I press C, so that's just your standard arpeggiation. So we'll turn the chords off for a second and we'll stick to the arpeggiation first, seeing as how that's what's jumped out straight away. I have loaded some presets into this. I've loaded the ADSR sounds art presets, and I've also got the chords presets, which I'll show you in a second. But everything down from initiation art here, everything down here is what you get built in with it. These are built-in patterns. I would call them patterns. So what we can do is, but I'll use the ones that I think are a bit better. So as you can see, I've selected that art preset. I've no idea what this sounds like yet, but so these are the keys that it's going to be playing from that. If I press a C, it's going to be playing the 7th, 4th, 4th, 3rd, 3rd, 5th, 4th, 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 4th note of that scale. If you're unsure about musical scales, I do have a video on that which I will put up here, flashing up somewhere up here, which goes through writing your own chord progressions and melodies and music, a bit of music theory, but without the boring bits, you know what I mean? So you check that video out if you haven't already. I find it very useful, and people have told me that it's very useful for them as beginners. So check that out if you're a bit rusty on your music theory. So yeah, as I say, if I press C now, it's going to do the first key is going to be the 7th key of the C scale, and then so far through the pattern. So I'll hold that. So you hear that? So as you can hear, it's a bit, it's quite high. It's octaved up. But if I press a lower C, so I would have to transpose that by like 2 octaves. So as you can hear, that would be a pretty decent bass, really, a pretty decent bass line. Let's try and find a cool one. Now what you've got to think about as well is I'm just on the default serum patch here, so the sound's not cracking. So if I bring up my serum and just bring one of serum's default basses up, so all I was pressing there was 2 octaves of C, just same note. If we look for another one. And then obviously if you then sidechain that, I use LFO tool for my sidechaining, you might use a different plugin. It's a bit low. And like I say, I mean, the creativity in this plugin is kind of unlimited because obviously you're just using presets, but you can program your own in as well once you dive right into it, which I haven't done so much. So yeah, I've just been using the presets which I've downloaded from third parties and also the ones that are included, because I find they kind of fill my needs as of now. Right, so that is the arpeggiation. It's nothing amazing on its own. It's nothing we haven't seen before with arpeggiation. I mean, it is a bit more advanced than your standard like Logic arpeggiation, in the sense that you can import presets, and I know you can do that with the other one, but this one's on a whole different level, and you have a lot more controls here on what you can do. So that is the the arpeggiation side of things. But this is where it really gets interesting. So the chords box here. Now what this is going to do is going to play chords for any single key you press in. It's going to transpose that key into a chord, and then you can then make chord progressions based from that. So as you can see here, if I press, say, the C again, it's actually showing 3 keys here on the green keys on the piano down here, so that I'm just pressing a key there, but we're getting actually 3 keys back. It doesn't kind of show, it doesn't come through well when I'm playing a bass, but if I find a nice like pluck. There. So if I turn this off, that's 1 key, turn it back on, we're getting 3 keys. Now at the moment, that's just kind of just playing, the 3 keys along on that key. So it's just kind of sticking to triads. But obviously we have the presets, so we have the same with the arpeggiation. So again, I've loaded the ADSR presets in that I downloaded. So if we go to EDM chord presets, like I say, this is not included by default. From here down is what you get by default, but I'll go through those in a second because they are actually pretty good on their own. So I've recently been starting to work in E minor. So if I click one of these E minor keys, which is from 84 to 90 here, that's going to change how it transposes my key presses. So if I press, say, the same key again, see what I mean? So that is the magic of Cthulhu right there. So all I did there was I didn't do any complex key presses. I just went up my keyboard, like literally 4 keys. That's all I'm sticking to, 4 keys. So if I again, I don't know if you can see on the video, but so literally I started there and worked my way up the keys there, just using the white keys only, but you can use the black keys. And you get different chords. And that, like I say, is the magic of Cthulhu right there. So you can literally, if I wanted to record now, I could just record it as I would any other, MIDI input. So I can just hit record. Actually, let me just go to 128 and we'll turn the metro on. So there we go, we have that in there, and then we can then play that back. So the delay was a bit weird there, but that's not really what this tutorial is about. So as you can see the keys I was pressing there started off from middle C and went all the way up there a few octaves, and that's the progression I got. So if I play that back, you'll hear exactly what I just put. So if we also quantize that just to get them on right, so. I mean, that sounds awesome, doesn't it? Like, you could imagine Armin van Buuren playing that at a festival or something, for a great breakdown, and that's with very little effort, very little music theory. You know what I mean? Like, this is what dreams are made of. Kids, you know, any young people that are wanting to get into music production, start here. You're going to learn a hell of a lot from here. Now, one thing I will say with Cthulhu is, as you can see, it's only showing the keys I pressed, not the keys that came out of Cthulhu. There is a way around that. I mean, you can go and build your track from this, but you would have to have you would have to have Cthulhu copied over to each track to then duplicate that. Do you know what I mean? To get those same MIDI notes back. But what you can use is, I found if I duplicate this. So I've just duplicated the sound, but get rid of the Cthulhu. So now if I press the sound on it, I'm just back to the, you know, standard way MIDI works. But what we can do here, I found another thing called MIDI FX Freeze. If you Google that, you'll find it. It's a free plugin as far as I'm aware, and this is what it looks like. And what this is going to do is capture that MIDI information that is coming out of Cthulhu, not the standard keys we're pressing, but what is actually being played by Cthulhu, and then we can adjust the MIDI information so we can then use that on other instruments, and we have the main chord progression out there. So I'll show you what I mean. So if I press this button here and then press play, and then stop. So what that has done is captured those notes. What you can see here is this popped up as we started, as the music started playing. So what I can then do is just literally grab that, pop that onto there. It's going to ask us if we also want to import the MIDI information, the tempo from the MIDI information, which we don't want to do. I would imagine it will just be 128 anyway, but yeah, I'm just going to click now. Right, so what we have is a new MIDI region, and would you look at that? That is the actual chord progression that was coming out of Cthulhu. So now if I mute this top one and just move down this one, remember this doesn't have Cthulhu active here. The top one does, but the bottom one doesn't. So if I play that, how awesome is that? And then I can literally, I could, you know, whack anything on here now. I could change that to Spire. And pretty much do anything. What I'll probably do is delete that and bring that over to the front. And then maybe make this a bit faster so you get... we need to bring that low note back. It should be there, so that should... And then that should probably go up there. So you get what I mean. I'm not really here to do a masterpiece, but yeah, you get the idea. So now we have that MIDI information just from our single. Remember, you need to remember that all we did to get that chord progression was start from C and work his way up. You could get a lot more creative with this. You can go, you know, changing octaves, changing keys on, like, you know, just jumping all over the place. And also what you need to remember is that was just one preset. That was just one of these. That was just this E minor one here. So you have all these other keys, different patterns that's going to play different chords. You can skip between these on, you know, as you go in, so you could do half of a chord progression on one, move to the other. So imagine the possibilities with this plugin. It is actually insane how easy it makes music making for you from the start, or at least starting out making music. So yeah, for instance, I could, you know, change this to a different key. You know, if we go for, you know, F minor. Ooh, not that one. If we go for F minor, we're going to get a totally different sound. And I'll do the same. I'll just start from C. Oh, sorry, we're muted. So I'll just start from C and work my way up again, but we'll get a different chord progression this time. That one sounds a bit off, that key. So as I said, like, it's totally different. A totally different feel, totally different progression, and that's just me going from halfway from the keyboard to the end, literally down my keys. For you, you're going to be spending a lot more time, you know, going in and seeing what you like. So that, like, that blows my mind how easy it is. Like, as I said, this is not a new plugin. This is not something that's just come out, but for me, I've just kind of like realized what it does. Basically, I've used it over the years just as an arpeggiator. And not really dived into it a lot, but I thought, you know what, people, I want to start doing more videos on plugins and stuff, and I thought, oh, let's have a look at what I've got installed and see what we can do. And this is where I started, and then I was just like, wow, I've got to make a video on this, definitely. And I hope you guys are excited as I am for this. But another module, so you've got the chords, we've got the arp, but what you can put them together. Like, you can add them both together. So what we can do is click that now. Now we have our chords, which is that, you know, just from one key. But if we hold that one key, we are now arpeggiating our chord. and now we still have access to those presets that we had before, so I can still go in here and change that arpeggiation, and then I can still go back to the chords here and change that. So imagine how many possibilities you can get there. So I'm just holding a key there. Like I said, that key sounds a bit weird, I don't know why. I mean, you've got the start of a song right there. Like, if I was to get my, you know, some samples up, if I can get my doc to show, Mr. Doc. Yeah, so if I find some, just some random kicks, what do we want? Big kicks. What key were we in? We're in F minor, aren't we? So if I grab a key that's in the key of F, a kick that is in the key of F rather, and then we're still side chained. So that's got that's kind of tonal kick. So I'm not sure how well that'll work, but. Key. There you go, that could be a track on its own, just there, just that. Record, bounce out what you're doing there, you know, with the MIDI freeze plugin, and you're on your way to start a track. That could play at a festival, just that. And like I said, the possibilities here are awesome and just amazing. They've done a really good job with this plugin. Like, I couldn't be more chuffed with it. It's well worth the asking price if you ask me. Like, you could probably triple that asking price, and it's still worth it in my eyes anyway. So yeah, that probably wraps up the video. I hope you know, you can understand how amazing this plugin is and how excited I am personally to use it, and I hope that transfers over to you guys. You can give it a go, even if you use the 15-minute demo just to try it out. It's well worth the asking price. Give it a go and see what you can create. And leave a comment down below, any links that you've got to any music, and I'll take a look. And if you specify whether you're using Cthulhu, it'll be good to do another video and see what people are doing in kind of a you know, version 2 of this video or whatever. On that subject of sending me tracks, I also in my live streams I did mention that I wanted to do kind of feedback Fridays for people's tracks. I've not yet received any tracks, which is kind of a bummer. That's hence why I've not done any videos on that. But that is something I do want to get a bit of traction going with. So again, I'll ask you if you can just comment below with a link to any music that you're creating currently, and then on during a stream or on a video, I will do I will go over that track for you and kind of talk about what I like, what I dislike, and a bit of, you know, advice on where I would go with that track on stream. If it'll be better on stream, and then you can kind of come and log in, leave me a comment and talk to me as we're kind of going through things. I think that'd be really good for me and you guys as well. So yeah, please do that, because I really want to get that going. I'm also going to probably work on some more videos today and get them up. I might not upload them all at the same time, but yeah. So hopefully you'll see some cool content coming from me. So keep an eye on this channel, and keep an eye out for me live streaming soon. So that'll be cool. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.